Hey everyone, I am here on Sunday with my Bits and Bites basket. These are open pasta mixes, different rices and whatnot that I've just tucked in this basket. I don't want that kind of thing out in the garage since it's open. So I'm going to try to come up with a couple of meals this week using some of those. I have this wild rice blend. Oh my goodness, best by December of 2020. Woo. A side dish maybe with some spices. We'll see. And then I have this ditalini. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. It's tiny little circular pasta. We use this when we make a chicken soup that my daughter found a recipe to a few years ago that we absolutely love. But it's not going to be a soup kind of week. It's going to be in the 80s here again, you guys. So no soup this week. Hmm. I have these yellow lentil lasagna sheets, and one thing I'm trying to focus on is to get more protein in my diet. I'm really bad about not even getting some days 70 grams. And I'm at that age where you've really got to focus on that if you don't want to lose muscle tone. So let's see. Well, these expired in July of 2022, but again, it's pasta. They have a recipe on here for veggie lasagna, and I think I'll give that a go. So I'm still planning on making chicken curry. I think I will prep that today to just turn on in the crock pot tomorrow morning before I leave for work. I had planned a meatloaf last week, so I may try doing that again. Okay, so on with this. About half a box of bow tie pasta. I like to do pasta salads with these. And maybe next week I'll do one of those. I'm going to make a note here. Oh my goodness, this is an exotic one. This is definitely one of those I was like, "Oh, that looks interesting." I'm going to have to look up a recipe, but I'm thinking maybe beef stroganoff. Maybe this expired in April of 2022, so not quite a year yet. Winning. Oh my goodness, you guys, it has, I don't know if you can see that, 8 grams of protein in a serving. That's fantastic. That's probably why I bought this stuff. It's all coming back to me now. All right, so I've got 3 things here out of my Bits and Bites basket. I think that's enough for now. And now this is what I keep in my pantry that has, odds and ends like in little bags. So definitely I need to come up with a plan for some of this stuff that's been riding in here longer than it should have. I'm going to start with these macadamia nuts. They $10 or whatever. And it says they expire February 16th of this year. And today's the 12th. Oh my goodness, I better taste test these. I'll be so mad at myself, you guys. Oh no, they smell like they've gone around the corner. Oh, you guys. Oh. Uh-uh. Oh, now I need a drink. That was nasty. Well, that was a crash and burn moment. Man, buy the things with good intentions and then we don't follow through. We've wasted our money. All right, well, that was my first mistake of the day. Hopefully I don't make any more. Craisins, Publix BOGO. If you see more than one, that's how that happened in my house. Oh, these expired in September of 2022. And I'm telling you, I went through a ton of craisins in the fall. Because if you saw an earlier video where I made a fall salad, even though it was February, I love those things with sweet potatoes or butternut squash, pecans, and craisins, yada yada. So I went through a ton, and all I can figure out is I must have gotten shuffled up and these fell under, and I didn't realize they were riding in there, or I would have used them up. But those are still good. Over the fall salads for a little while. So I think what I'll do with these is make some cookies that I haven't made in a long time. Basically, I make the dough that you do for chocolate chip cookies. I split it in half and I make half with chocolate chips because that's the YA's favorite. and I make half with the craisins, white chocolate chips, and walnuts. It's so good. I hope this hasn't expired. Oh, good. I haven't even opened that sucker. Dried mango. It does not expire until August of 23. There's a fish dish that I love to eat, mahi mahi, at Carrabba's, but I have a copycat recipe for that. And they basically have like a mango chutney with artichoke hearts and I think pine nuts. I'm definitely, and I've got mahi mahi in the freezer. It's been riding in there. Oh my goodness, over a year. I hope it's still good. Definitely going to put that on the menu. I have not made salad with croutons in a long time. I've got a few small heads of romaine lettuce growing out there in my lettuce tower. So I'm going to put down a Caesar salad. I've got tortilla strips. Let's see when these expire. Oh no, they expired a couple months ago, December of 2022, but they've never been opened, so I'm going to assume those are still good. I think I'll try making a southwestern type salad. We'll see. I'll have to look up a recipe, but I'm going to put down Southwest salad. And then I've got a couple bags of these crispy fried onions. Oh my goodness, these expired in September, but they've never been opened. There it is. Oh good, May of 23, so we're good on those. And I'm going to put on here, instead of regular meatloaf, I'm going to do cheeseburger meatloaf. Add the fried onion rings, chopped up bacon, and shredded cheddar cheese. So yeah, I'm definitely going to do that. And that's plenty of stuff out of this. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 things out of each basket. I call that winning. You guys probably recognize this Meats Bits and Bites bin by now. I'm almost getting tired pulling this sucker out of here, but I shall persist until it is empty. It's a real goal. So today is Sunday, the Super Bowl. Woohoo! Go Chiefs! We're going to win. So I am definitely planning on making pizza. And I haven't done a pepperoni pizza in a long time. And I have some pepperoni right here. So I'm making pepperoni pizza. The kielbasa, let's see, I've got curry chicken and rice, which we'll probably do tomorrow. The cheeseburger meatloaf, so that's 1 chicken, 1 beef meal. We have a vegetarian meal with the veggie lasagna I have planned. The teff beef stroganoff, so that would be 3 nights of beef. This is a beef smoked sausage, but I don't know that actually tastes like beef. Probably tastes, more like sausage, right? So I think maybe I'll do a sheet pan dinner one night. Oh, there's my barbecue chicken I was looking for. Okay, so I'd pulled this out, I don't know, a week ago, thinking I'd make barbecue sandwiches. We didn't. So I'm going to use this and make a barbecue pizza. So on to some veggie bins. And let's see what else we got in here. Some spaghetti squash. I don't know if that'd be weird in veggie lasagna or not. Maybe. All right, here's some frozen zucchini. I don't know if that'll be enough to make a veggie lasagna with, but since that's a very small package of the lentil lasagna and there's only probably 3 of us going to eat it, I think it's worth getting it out. This is a little dab of broccoli, which I'm sure would work in the veggie lasagna. A little bit of frozen pepper. I don't think I want green pepper in my lasagna. Some ginger. Some little bit of mushrooms. What do we got? 1, 2, 3. We'll call it 4 with the mushrooms. 4 things out of the veggie bin. That's winning. That's winning. Winning enough. Okay, so now I'm working on some side veggies to go with these different dishes I've come up with. I know if I'm going to make a Southwest salad, I'll be putting black beans in there and corn. Because, what's a Southwest dish without those 2 things, right? So definitely going to use Maybe not all this corn, but some of it, since it's going to be just a salad for myself. That's a little frozen avocado. The curry chicken and rice, there's a bunch of peppers and onions in the curry dish, so I'm not going to try to serve a veg with that. And I'll make falafels. The cheeseburger meatloaf, I think the mixed veg will go good with that. And I'll do a package of the mashed potatoes or the scallop potatoes to go with that, because both of those categories need to be used up. The veggie lasagna will be full of vegetables, but I still would like to have a side California medley. You know, the more vegetables, the merrier, right? Or the healthier, something like that. Well, since the beef stroganoff is a little on the plain side, maybe I'll do this vegetable medley with that. And then do green beans with the vegetable lasagna. I have these crispy green beans, and the girls were just telling me about how wonderful these are. I guess they had them at a friend's house or something. I was like, oh, I just bought some of those. So that worked out. Make those in the air fryer. The mahi mahi, I'll be on my own that night. And I'll probably just end up doing a package of frozen green beans with that as well. I have some. Okay, so back to the Super Bowl, because that's the most important part, right? Because that's today. I'm going to do the buffalo collie, the pepperoni, and barbecue pizzas. Do some of those Tyson appetizers, but just not that many since we're having pizza. The puff pastry, I have a bunch of those. I think maybe I'll just make a few of those. And the craisin cookies, because hey, red and white for the Chiefs, right? Hey, yeah, that just serendipitous right there. Okay, so that's the game plan. Okay, you guys, here it is written out in some form of order. Hopefully we can get through more of this meal plan this week than we did last week. So week 7 of our pantry challenge. We went over the Super Bowl foods that we're going to do, but I put a list here for myself because I find that's really helpful when I'm trying to make sure I've got everything that I planned for a get together. And then Monday night, we're going to do the curried chicken and falafels. Tuesday, the cheeseburger meatloaf. Wednesday, the kielbasa sheet pan dish. Thursday, that veggie lasagna. Friday, yo-yo night, you're on your own. And if the girls take off and do their thing, I will make myself that mahi. Ooh, that sounds so good. And then Saturday, the beef stroganoff with a vegetable medley and some dinner rolls, which I'll make to go with the lasagna, and I'm sure we'll have a few left over. And then for meal prepping that I'm going to try to bang out today, the Southwest salad for work, those cookies. I'm going to prep the curried chicken so I can just dump it in the crock pot in the morning. I'm going to get the pizza doughs going, and I like to pre-cook my pizza dough so that the crust is crispier, and then I'll put the toppings on, shortly before the game is starting because they don't have to cook that long. And then I need to boil some more garbanzo beans that hopefully I don't waste this time so that I can prep the falafels to go with the curry chicken. So I'm glad I got all the cleaning done yesterday so that I can just focus on getting the meal preps done and get ready for the game. Okay, so I've got my pizza dough that's doubled. This is a double batch. I'll be sure and put the link down below. I've tried several. This is by far my favorite. I'm just going to cut that roughly in half. And I think the trick is don't use any flour after your pizza dough is finished raising. You want this to be soft and pliable and not too dry. The funny thing is, I bought this pastry mat a few months ago at Aldi, thinking it was a silicone baking mat because if you've watched prior videos, you know I have a problem with not actually reading the box or the package when I'm buying something. So I got it home and realized, oh, it's a baking mat. I'm never going to use that. Well, it turns out I use it a lot. By the way, this rolling pin, it was my grandmother's. It lost its other ear, I don't know, maybe 6, 7 years ago. This thing's at least 45 years old. I have a friend who's not into cooking, definitely not into baking. She told me I should get rid of it and buy another one. I'm going to call that sufficiently rolled out. My oven has preheated to 400. The trickiest part of this process is getting your dough onto the pizza pan in the way you want it to lay. So I try to start by laying the edge on the edge of the pan. And then I stretch it a little bit to make it fit how I want it to. And then I just fold the edges over. Kind of stretch as you go. I don't know why, but there's just something about baking that is very relaxing to me. Working with the dough or the batter. Plus, you know you're going to eat something delicious. Maybe that's what it is. So just kind of stretch it after you get the sides rolled up a little bit. So you kind of have that back end crust handle that everybody loves. Then I like to prepare the crust so it has extra flavor. I brush it with olive oil and then a little garlic salt and Italian seasoning. Right? And I put a little oil on the center of the crust as well. Not a lot, just a barely there coating. Just enough to make it a little shiny, but not enough to roll around, if you get my meaning there. So garlic salt. You don't want to be too heavy-handed with the garlic salt, but you want enough that it kind of has that almost like a pretzel vibe where you get that delicious salty taste when you bite into it, but not overpowering. Same thing with the Italian seasoning, just enough to get a little flavor, but you're not trying to make a casserole here. All right, so this is going to go in for 10 to 15 minutes. I'll set it for 10 and check it after that, and depending on the color, I may bake it another 5.
The Chiefs won yesterday. Woohoo! So excited. But I had to take my flag down today because my boss is an Eagles fan.